You are listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, and this is Breaking the Ice. We're back, fall semester. Let me just give ourselves a round of applause because we deserve it. I'm your host, Connor Cupen. I have three guests with me. It's been a long time. It's been about a month and a half since we did this show, maybe even more. On mic one, we got Matt Vitali of Breaking the Street. How's it going, my friend?
Glad to be back, man. Fall semester. We're back to it.
AJ Chasan on mic 2, making his triumphant return to the show. How's it going? Last semester, final lap.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that we're here, but let's get it.
And on mic 3, we got Alex Daly, also one of the Breaking the Street top performers on the front line. How's it going, my friend?
Absolutely fantastic. Good to be back in the studio.
Boys, how was your summer? We're not even going to talk hockey right now. It's been a minute. We're back at the school. Give me a summer rating out of 10 for each one of you.
I'd give it a 8.
8?
I would say 8.5. Yeah, I had a pretty good summer, I think.
I'll put it right in 8.2.
8.2.
Whoa.
8.2.
So
right, that's a little bit too technical for me, but that's okay.
Dude, my summer, June was normal. July was extremely busy. I think I went to Florida 3 times. And then I also went to Seaside once in August. Busy part of my summer was July to early August, no doubt about it. And Alex, how was that Florida weather? Because I was down there 3 times. I know it got up to 10 whatever.
It was insanely hot. I was not ready for it.
I was there in July when it was like the hottest day of the year.
Yeah, my parents and I made the mistake of going to Disney.
Dude, I went to a restaurant outside, and it was brutal, sweating just profusely.
we were in Disney one day, and it said it felt like 107 outside.
That's
So,
terrible.
Yeah, that was,
Now, you
that
don't
was a tough day.
understand. This
Definitely.
July, I think it was like the hottest day recorded in Florida history, I
Yeah.
believe, around that time
It
period.
was pretty nuts. It was very, very hot.
Because up here was bad. I can only imagine what it was like down there.
Yeah.
Because I was also down there when it was storming up here. So my flight going back home, it was storming in Newark, so we couldn't land. So we had to emergency land in Richmond and
Nice.
wait to get home.
Nice.
That's terrible.
Dude, that was a rough day. But once we finally got home, it
Wasn't
was
that the
great.
night of the draft?
No, that was another flight cancellation. That was a month earlier.
Jeez.
When we did the live draft show, which you guys killed it, by the way, I legitimately, we got our flight canceled then, too, for also storms, I think. And they canceled flights for like 2 days. So I was no chance of me getting home to do this.
I mean, down in Florida, with the rain at random times is just normal. It's
Every afternoon it downpours for like an hour.
That's kind of how it is.
It's awesome.
It was like that. It was like that up here for parts of the summer as well. Like every day it'd be like a 40-50% chance of rain, and like you never knew when it was gonna come. Like I remember there was like a period of time in the summer it was probably like 2-3 weekends in a row of just torrential downpouring.
Oh, yeah. I
terrible.
remember it was in July, it was early July, right?
Yeah, it was terrible.
I was also away. That was when I was away. Yeah, I was away for like all the major rain I was in Florida for. And one more moment that Alex did not get to experience. Who remembers the orange day of the summer?
Yeah.
Oh
man.
yeah.
With all the smoke.
Really forgot about that.
Yeah. I saw that. That was crazy.
What was it like living that day, boys? I was here doing this show when that was going on.
I was not outside at all, and in my basement there's no windows, so I had no idea for like a while. And then I go out and take my dog out. I'm like, oh, it's orange outside.
You couch
how did
potato.
that happen?
Dude, I was doing Aunt Maz in the midday. In the morning, it was normal. You could see the sun normally, right? It wasn't normal, but it wasn't orange.
Yeah.
We do the show because there's no windows in here where we are right now, so you have no idea what's going on outside. You have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
So after 2 hours is up, we go outside. Me, Aunt Maz, and Charlie, and it's just completely orange. The sun is red dot, and Maz is like, "Dude, I'm scared right now. This is dangerous." And I went and got pizza, and it was just like. But then I came back, did the show with Mateo, because Mateo and I are like, "Dude, it is orange outside." So we do the show. Once we're done with that show, we're like, okay, now what's it going to look like outside? And then it's back to normal again. Yeah, Alex, you have no idea. Because Florida, it didn't reach down there, did it? It didn't reach Florida.
I think it got a little hazy. Like when it came down, we got like a little bit of what you guys had left over, all the smoke and stuff, but it wasn't as nearly as bad.
Dude, it looked like a sunset at 12 p.m. You have
Yeah, I saw pictures and stuff. It was crazy.
It
Thank-
smelled like the strongest scent of Newports.
Newports in the sky.
So, you can credit the Canadians for giving us hockey and wildfires. So,
Speaking of hockey, that's what the show's about here. Boys, are we even ready to talk about the season yet? Like, it's a full, what, is it a month and a half away still?
Yeah, but it's gonna come.
Still
It's gonna come,
before we
it's gonna
know
go,
it.
but like by episode 6, it'll be here.
Yeah, the preseason's in like 3-4 weeks.
Preseason's gonna start, and we got a ton of off-season to cover. So now let's roll into our favorite thing to talk about, and it's ice hockey. We got 2 Rangers fans in the building. Let's start with the laugh signing. You know what I mean? Alex wanted to start with the laugh signing, the most
I
pivotal
did.
signing of the offseason.
yeah, that was a joke. I actually think we got good money for him, and I hope he performs as well as his pick shows that he should. But I'm happy we got him back because I feel like if we let him walk, he would have been a star somewhere else, and I would have hated it.
Totally.
But
Yeah.
him and Keandre Miller being re-signed, I think that was a good.
That's
move.
true. Keandre had a good contract re-signed.
Yeah. Got them both back on, was it 2-year bridge deals, I think, for both of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's for Laf and Kako now, too. He's on the last 2 years. He had got the bridge deal that Lafreniere got last season, so he's got 1 year left. And really do or die now for those two.
So one more thing. The Blake, was it Blake Wheeler that signed there for 1
Yeah.
year, $8 million?
Yeah.
Is that a steal or like? Wait, no, it wasn't $8 million.
$800K.
It was $800K.
Yeah.
It was $800K for Blake Wheeler. Thoughts on whoever? How did that get pulled off?
No idea. No idea. But we'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we get into that, though, I just want to say something. Yeah, it's cool that Lafreniere signed a 2-year bridge deal at $2.3 a year. Like, for what he's given you, that's probably a steal in the open market. But for him being a number 1 overall pick, the last few number 1 overall picks in their second contracts, Jack Hughes his what's the next deal was 8 of the season. Rasmus Dahlins was 6 a season. Heiser's was 7.3 a season. Alston Matthews at 11.6, McDavid at 12.5, and Aaron Ekblad at 7.5. Like,
They were all better performers.
that's
though.
what I'm
They deserve
saying.
the
Like,
money.
yeah, it's cool, but it just goes to show, like,
Yeah.
the development of prospects just hasn't been there. And, like, as Rangers fans, like, I feel like that's more of a that should be more of a story more than the dollar amount on this contract.
That's right. We're kind of hoping, no new coaching staff in there. Maybe
We'll see what happens.
we increase development. Get more ice time, I think, definitely just by losing Tarasenko, Kane,
Yeah, it's
Where
about
did they
time you
both
put him
head
in the top
again? Where did they
6.
both go?
Tarasenko went to Ottawa,
I think
and
Kane's
Yeah,
still out there.
Kane's still out
a
there.
free
he's
agent,
still a
right?
free
Yeah.
agent.
yeah,
But he's injured, right?
yeah,
So,
he's
like,
not going to sign till like the probably like maybe
When does he recover?
into the first month of the regular season.
When does he recover?
Yeah. When is he?
He'll be fully healthy by middle to end of October.
Oh, cool.
So he'll be there for the majority of the season wherever he ends
He'll
up.
be able to be a bum somewhere else, I guess.
Thoughts on that trade as a whole now that it's over?
Obviously, it wasn't worth it. But, I mean, I saw the vision, and honestly, I was excited when we got Patrick Kane. Obviously, my 12-year-old me was screaming. But
Oh yeah, 12-year-old you was definitely
yeah. Yeah, it was cool. I really liked Tarasenko. I thought he fit well in our system.
Both
but-
Tarasenko and Kane probably had 12-year-old you being like, we're
Seriously,
going to win
it really
the
did.
whole thing. We're going all the way.
Lundqvist came out of retirement. That was crazy too.
And it just goes to show, like, you'd rather see your team aggressive than fail than be passive and
Right.
fail. Like, yeah, they did give up first-round picks for them. Like, they gave up but at the end of the day, they went all in. Like, in the first round, they went to 7 games.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they lost. But it's kind of what happens when you have a core with that in their high 20s, with that low 30s, like, in that middle to, like, near the end of their prime. Like, you kind of have, this is kind of what has to happen each and every year, and you just hope that one year it sticks.
Yeah. I hope it's enough.
Mm-hmm.
No, I feel like my brain just went everywhere there, guys. My mistake. Let me get my.
Dang it,
I had
Connor.
something and I lost it. Is that bad?
Dang it, Connor.
Is that bad?
I think with Kane and Tarasenko, it really showed how slow of a team we were playing the Devils. They were literally just running circles, skating circles around us.
Skating
But-
circle around.
Seriously,
Yeah, they were
seriously,
zooming.
it was they were dumping the puck and they were
I
beating our
remembered
defensemen to it. Like,
What I was gonna say. I remembered it now. Last year's playoffs. Would you say that Who would you say the Rangers were the worst team in last year's playoffs?
No.
No.
Well, I mean, when we were up 2-0, we were like on top of the world. I thought we were
Oh
about to go all the
yeah,
way.
I had a loud
We were up
mouth and we were
2-0.
up 2-0.
Oh, yeah. Got humbled real quick, but
I mean, to me, the worst team in the playoffs last year was easily Winnipeg.
Yeah.
But they lost to the Stanley Cup champions, though. You know what I'm saying?
They did, but they got smashed.
See, the Rangers lost to the team that lost to the team that lost to the team that lost to the champions.
But the Rangers also went 7 games.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I know, of course.
Winnipeg got smashed.
Winnipeg actually won the first game. They were up 1-0. They had a lead.
I'd tell you, maybe Rangers were most disappointing team in the playoffs, after all those
maybe,
moves. But that still at least second
Nah,
place to
Boston,
the Bruins.
Boston,
yeah.
Boston, yeah.
I was like, the Bruins definitely number one. But
Yes, sir.
I don't know,
They are
Rangers-
number one.
I'm pretty sure one of the last episodes before playoffs last year, we all took a vote on what the most exciting series would be, and I think it was unanimously, maybe besides you,
Devils,
Cats fan over there.
Devils
Rangers.
I mean, it
And
was.
I think it held up to it. I think
Yeah.
it really was the most exciting series of the playoffs.
Oh, I feel like I don't know, because like there's also L.A. Edmonton, the
Yeah,
first
that was-
round,
that
That
was good
series was
too.
crazy as well.
That was really good.
and
too.
Dallas, Minnesota also.
Yeah, but East with that, I would say Dallas, Minnesota, probably through the first couple games, yes, because they went to, I think past.
They went to every overtime ever.
Yeah, they went to past single overtime 2 of the first 3 games, so that easily.
Best individual game: Cats Canes game 1, quadruple overtime,
that was
2
good.
a.m. finish.
That was insane.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I literally fell asleep. I
I
couldn't.
think I turned it on midway through the third period. So
And
I
that-
didn't even watch
Third
the-
overtime or third period?
No, third period.
Oh.
So I was still there for 2 hours or
Dude,
whatever it was, 3
They
hours.
played a whole second game
Yeah.
because they played a whole, and then another period.
Yeah.
I think Brandon Montour had 59 minutes of ice time. I think he had an
That
hour.
is insane.
Hour of ice time on the game.
wow.
That's awful.
I
It's
mean,
like breaking a streak.
when I was watching that game, I just kept on thinking, how is Mark Stahl's legs still going right now?
Dude, they lost 17 pounds that night each. 100%. But that was, even though the series was a sweep, it was a very close game every time. It just happened to go Florida's way every single time. Now, one thing, seasons are over. What would you guys, Rangers talk again, what would you grade the offseason?
I mean, coming off of last year's disappointment, but Blake Wheeler 800K I thought was great, and
Steele, yeah.
being able to keep Keandre and Lafreniere around on bridge deals, I think is a win too. But we don't have the same optimism that we had going into the season before. So,
There's doubts. They
I
have
think,
doubts.
with the circumstances we had, I'd give it a B+.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to grade it because we didn't get better.
Right.
We
Yeah.
didn't. We also didn't
yeah.
really get worse.
We also
so-
didn't really have an opportunity to get that much better. Didn't have a lot of money
Right,
to spend.
yeah.
So
I
thought,
mean, hovering around a B is
Yeah.
probably fair. I'd say, just because I don't know, there was no bad things that happened really, and not much good. But well,
Thoughts on the draft? You got
Gabriel Perreault. Yeah, I was hyped for that.
Very happy with that.
I think he had the most points in a season, I think, or something with the U.S.
Yeah,
development
something
team.
like
So, I mean,
Very
happy with
steal
that.
pick, yeah. That whole draft, the Metropolitan got stacked. Oh, well, it's supposed to be. We don't know how these draft picks will pan out, but the Metro got all the good players in that draft. Supposedly, loser was the great Arizona Cardinals, Arizona Coyotes. They had during the live draft show. You should have heard their reaction, man. When the Cardinal, I don't know why I'm saying Cardinals. It was hard to see. The Coyotes picked it was Simashev and then Daniil Boot, I believe.
Oh my God.
All of Arizona's in shambles right now.
Oh my God.
complete.
Except Diamondbacks.
They are
Correct
good,
me.
and the Suns are good.
And the
but
Suns are
then
good, yeah.
The
then
Cardinals
they have-
are in
the
full
Cardinals
tank.
and
Cardinals
Coyotes
are
are
just
they
selling
balance
everything.
out the range there, yeah. And are the Coyotes moving? I think they are, right? Like next season,
where
2
to?
seasons from now.
It hasn't been confirmed where they're moving, but it's looking that way.
It's got to happen.
I had this conversation with AJ. Where would you guys like to see this team end up? What's a market?
like full relocation, leaving Arizona.
Oh yeah, literally fully leaving Arizona. The ones that we thought were good opportunities were Salt Lake City.
Mhm.
Where else were we?
I think it
Where
was
else?
Kansas City was one.
Yeah, Kansas
Houston.
City and Houston were like
Houston
three.
would be awesome.
And Milwaukee. I think those are the four locations we really pinpointed. Or send the team back to Hartford. Get a Connecticut squad. back in.
that'd be really cool too.
Where would be a cool
Huh.
place for this Coyotes team to land?
I like Houston. I think it's a good market for them. I
I'd
think
say
they
so
could
as
use
well,
another
yeah.
Team there.
I'd say it's the most practical as well because you don't that fan base is in that like southwest region of the country. You really don't want to move the team too far away.
I think Utah's the closest state to around there. But another thing that you got to pay, one thing they have to pay attention to is the conference alignments. There's so many teams out east. Like if they move a team out east again, then
A team would have to
like,
get kicked out and go to the west.
Literally, like they would have to have like Detroit in the west or something. So like they're probably gonna have to keep a team out west because there's just so much over there. It's to the point where Chicago's in the west. That is not.
Yeah.
That is not a west. They're currently a team in the west, but that's not even a western state at all. Illinois is not in the west. So where would you guys like to see? What's a thought process of where?
Probably Houston or Salt Lake City. It's the easier moves. It's more practical moves, and it would just make the most sense.
Unless you want to throw them in one of the Dakotas or something.
That'd be
Crazy.
sick.
That'd be fun.
Dude, Big Time Rush came from where'd they come from? North Dakota, South Dakota,
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
How'd you know that?
They're hockey
From the
players. Of course
show.
they're
I
from
know that from the
Minnesota.
show.
Yeah.
You know, they were all
Oh,
hockey
God.
players.
I actually watched the first episode with my girlfriend the other day. And
We need to do a Big Time Rush.
That's
BTR
funny.
x BTI.
Oh my
BTR
God.
and BTI on this. Oh, dude, don't even get me started. That'd be perfect. That'd actually be perfect. So now we're gonna move on to some more pressing matters of the off season. AJ, the Penguins went crazy.
Oh my God, yeah.
So
It was beautiful.
I'm not even. I'm just
Let
let you
it
go.
rip.
I'm just let you go.
Let her rip.
Just this is your time to shine.
I'm not even being biased about this. I thought the Penguins, when you look at their roster from last year to this year, they easily had the most turnover and guys out to end, and I thought that they had the best offseason in the league. What they needed to do is they needed to get faster and they needed to get better on defense in the bottom six. They got that done with guys like Achari, Eller, Pitlick, Hinostroza.
Hinostroza and
That was
Achari, two Cats legends, which I
Mhm.
respect. One time Achari saved a shot with his body, greatest save ever.
Yep.
Trust me.
You gave guys like Alex Nylander. Finally, he's on a one-way contract. He's gonna play.
Oh, dude, the one-way and two-way contracts.
Yep.
Again, don't get me started.
He's finally going to be fit into the cap to where he could be a game-by-game NHL player. That's beautiful. That is beautiful to see. They got deeper on defense, signing Riding Graves, true shutdown guy, can play on your second pair. It's going to be nice. And
Yeah, we do.
It's Eric Carlson, baby.
We do. We got to talk.
It's Eric Carlson, baby. Norris.
100 points.
Yup.
Last season from the defenseman position. Is that a record?
Yeah, I think it's up there. It's up there.
It's pretty impressive for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be nice.
Kyle Dubas gets a new job and goes off.
I can't blame him. And the only assets he shipped out was the Penguins' first-round pick next year and their second in 25.
I think Dubas was saying that he was trying to get Carlson in Toronto
Yeah.
when he was there. So that was years in the work.
Mm-hmm. It's going to... Dude, life Penguins fan me is going to be so happy watching games next year.
You ready this season?
Seeing Crosby, Malkin, and Carlson on the same power play.
Oh, wow.
Seeing Crosby, Malkin, and Carlson on the same power play.
Ready for those Devils Pens games? We got to go.
Yeah, we got to go to one.
We got to go. We got to go. Like, it literally has to happen. Yo, Devils... I mean, not Devils. We got to hit Pens Rangers, bro. At the Garden.
That I'd be down with as well.
My wallet won't be happy. But
Yeah.
I've never been to the Garden. I don't think I've ever been to a game there. I got to go this year, no matter what.
The if all I'm going to say is you're going to go to the Garden, take the train.
yeah.
Yeah, we will. We will.
100%.
The reason why you take the train is because
It drops you off there.
I mean, and it's probably the thing you're going to get all night. So we
Yeah,
talk about the
definitely.
tickets.
The nice
everything
ladies
else.
in Penn Station will give you little bags with your drinks in it for the train too.
Oh, man. Alex and I have great Penn Station stories, man.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Going to
God.
Mets Willets Point.
Dude,
amazing.
running to catch that train we got off too early off of Grand Central.
We made, from the moment we walked in the Penn Station, under a minute, we made it all the way to NJ Transit and on the train.
Because
crazy.
we had bought tickets for a
Were
train.
you
and
Tyreek Hill?
Dude,
that
we
day
were sprinting, like Home Alone, sprinting through the
Here's
airport.
exactly what happened. Getting home from Mets Marlins, and we buy the tickets for the train on the way back. We get on the subway. We take the subway home because we felt like it that day. And
Well,
instead of getting off stop 34, we get off. Who said?
So it was my genius idea that
It
I'm
was
pretty
him.
sure Grand Central Station has a line that runs straight to Penn Station. And that was... it wasn't completely wrong, and we could have fixed it, but the train that we were standing in front of for a good 10 minutes contemplating what we should do would have taken us back on track, and we let it roll right away from us.
So we were just 8 blocks away from where we got to be.
20 minutes. Covered
20
8
minute
blocks.
walk or run, right? So we start moving. Because it's either
That's
that or catch the
insane.
later trains. We just start moving, speed walking, and it's like
There
6
was,
of
I
us.
don't know if the latest train, it was the last train of the... Well, the one we were going on was the one before, like the last train of the
It's
night.
second to last one.
So
I
we would have
think.
had to wait like a hour and a half in Penn Station if we didn't make the train.
That's terrible.
So
you guys
we're-
were Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
Dude,
There
it
was
was
like 5 of them.
Daniel was with us, and he was moving too. And 2 of my friends were not running. They stayed back. They're just watching us walk. And I think John Giftopoulos was also present for this.
I think he was there too. Yeah.
Did they all get on the train?
Yeah, that
or
was,
we all got
that
on.
was after we met Frank the Tank.
Right, they met
Oh,
Frank
right.
that day. They saw Frank. I missed it. Me and
Wow.
Daniel
I'm
didn't go
jealous.
with them to go. They went to go get food. Daniel and I went to the seats, and of course they find Frank.
I have to meet
awesome.
Frank one day.
I met him.
Talk to him about the Mets.
Dude, I met him one time at Calabria's because he was doing an event there with Barstool. So he was like making the pizza. He came out to sit down. He sat right behind me.
Dude,
And I'm like, "Yo, Frank, do you like the Marlins?" And he's like, "They are an annoying team." This guy comes up with his kid. He's like, "Frank, it's really nice to meet you, bro. My son would like to meet you as well." It's like this little kid who has no idea who he is.
I couldn't believe my eyes at the Mets game. It was so picture perfect because before me and John walked up to him, there was a kid talking to him, and whatever he said to him, he whipped out the necklace. He started chewing. I'm
Dude,
like, oh my god!
At the restaurant too. If you mention the Mets, he'll start chewing on the glasses and start chewing on the shirt. It's like there's an equation to how you can
He
go
has that
about
little
Frank.
leather medallion on his shirt that he just gnaws on. It's awesome.
Dude, if I ever met Frank the Tank, I would ask him about his stock. What he was bought by Barstool and the Braves.
Chopaganda. We got it in Urban Dictionary.
Oh,
It's official.
Amazing. It's so
Okay, I
great.
gotta ask, what was that about in the group chat the other day?
All right, so
The
we have.
Chopaganda.
Oh, he doesn't understand the Chopaganda. So the Chopaganda meme.
I don't.
I forget how this meme started. We were at Marlins Mets games last year, and we started saying that.
The Mets
The umps were
demise
chopping.
slowly falling to the Braves at the end of last season.
So whenever the umps made a bad call, everyone's just like, the umps are chopping. The refs are chopping. So we started integrating it into our intramural games. Whenever the refs would make a bad call during dodgeball or volleyball or even street hockey, that the refs were chopping. So then someone, I forget. Daniel,
Also coined Frank the Tank term. He loves saying they're chopping too.
yeah, so we coined the term chopaganda. And Daniel sent it into Urban Dictionary to get that approved, and it's officially on the website. That fully deserves a literal round of
the
applause.
the official definition for the chopaganda. You can even hear me. I don't know.
Yeah, you can hear you now.
Spreading constant propaganda about the Atlanta Braves. Used in a sentence. I don't know if I could do this.
Nah,
Make one up on the fly.
just edit that sentence right there. It's on the edit the example sentence Daniel
The
gave.
ESPN broadcast crew keeps spreading chopaganda. They literally cry every time Acuna swings his bat.
So that was the term chopaganda, and if you're against us, it's not even the Braves. If you're just against us, you're chopping. That's
True.
how it works. Intramural refs be chopping, everyone chopping.
What about the Coyotes go to Atlanta?
Okay, get the Thrashers back, then they'd have to kick a team out west. Detroit,
Yeah.
you're going to the west, because Atlanta's not going to be in the west. I can promise that much. But so back to the Penguins, because somehow we started talking about baseball. Outside of the Eric Carlson move, overall thoughts on this Penguins offseason? Is it a 10 out of 10? Is it a 12 out of 10?
Right now, I give it a 9.
Oh, okay.
I would give it a 9 just because they solved on paper what they needed to, but at the end of the day, like, the players got to mesh with it. It has to work on the ice, or otherwise it's just going to be you're just playing NHL 24 franchise mode.
Oh my god!
It's almost that's pretty much what it's going to be.
I have not played NHL since 2016.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
16, yeah.
the excitement's there. I'll be at opening night. We'll see Connor Bedard's debut live in
Ooh,
person.
okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be nice.
2-1 right there.
What's up?
You had the Bedard debut.
Yeah, and the Carlson debut.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I got my EK65 shirt ready to go.
How much were those tickets?
Yeah, decent amount.
Oh,
I don't-
goodness.
As much as I don't want to see the Penguins succeed, I think they had the best offseason in the league
That'd be gross.
for sure.
I think that would be gross next year.
All right, so now, how's the Metro going to stack up? I
Good as
asked the
always.
$1,000,000 question.
I think
Probably
I think
Canes,
it's not
Devils,
going to
Pens.
be. Yeah, I don't know if it's not going to be much different than last year.
I would say
think there's gonna
Canes,
be,
Devils, Pens, Rangers.
Yeah, 4 interchangeable
Rangers
teams at the
copping a
top.
wild card spot this year?
I'd say so.
I think that's reasonable to say.
I think the
yeah.
Rangers.
Yeah,
I don't
Rangers
think.
still a playoff
Yeah,
team.
yeah. I don't think the Rangers
Yeah.
got much better. They didn't get worse.
Yeah, I think those top 4 teams are going to be staying in the top of
They
the
get
Metro
worse.
for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will Johnny Hockey's Blue Jackets make a push?
No.
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 God, no.
Well, what else we got here? So out in the Metro, Islanders are going down.
Yeah.
This year,
I don't
not a
think they're
chance.
going.
They're gonna stink.
Not a
They were
chance.
Lou was handing out like 7-year contracts to players that are
Yeah, who
not
he
very
signed?
good. I don't even know.
Dude,
like,
Lou
it's
was
guys
going.
that-
Lou was going.
He's like, you get a 7-year
Yeah,
contract.
he-
You get a 7-year
I mean,
contract.
he gave a 7-year contract to Pierre Engvall.
Yeah, like, guys like that. Like,
Why?
what's going on?
What are we doing? I don't understand the vision. I mean, at least you could say on the bright side that deal's 2 a year, so it's not gonna hurt them per se.
Yeah, but it just
But-
doesn't make sense to me.
It really does. You're gonna have like a 37-year-old Pierre Engvall skating out there.
They're really lucky they have Sorokin.
No reason.
Very lucky they have Sorokin.
I mean, if they didn't have Sorokin, they would be they'd be
they
at
would have been in
least
the Bedard sweepstakes.
yeah. This team is not very good. Like they're not very good.
And somehow they made the playoffs, man. They
Yeah.
made the playoffs last
Like
year.
I know I'm not giving great like in detailed analysis, but like
But
this
that's
team
all you
is
need.
not gonna be very good.
Islanders next year, man.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Possibly.
Actually, yeah.
Cats off season. Evan Rodriguez, solid signing
Big
there.
fan.
He'll be the Anthony Duclair replacement. Hopefully, better on defense, better pizza, Papa John's. Right? That's how we say.
That's interesting, but you go off.
Etu Loisterinen signed an extension, and they gave Grigory Denisenko a one-way contract. You see, those two-way guys always end up staying on the AHL team, but now Denisenko gets to play on the one-year contract, the one-way contract with the big guys, because it's been a couple years now they've been talking about him, but I never actually get to see him play. And now, moving over to a team who just got money and kept finding more. The Carolina Hurricanes, guys, the biggest thorn in all of your side.
So scary.
They got, I believe, they signed Dmitry Orlov to a big contract.
Yeah.
And the Sebastian Aho got an 8-year, almost $80 million extension. No, 8-year, yeah, like $77 million extension.
Yeah, they're playing with the salary cap somehow turned off. I have no idea how they're doing this, but it somehow is still legal.
Yeah, the way
But I don't know
that
how
they,
they're staying under the cap, but they are.
yeah, the way that they can manipulate the cap, like shout out to guys like Eric Tulsky and them and that
Yeah.
with that front office. Just they're the most. I personally think they're the best ran team in the league.
I could agree with
I
that.
think they're the best structured team from top down. I think their front office I think they use analytics better than any team in the league. I think they have the best coach in the league.
Yeah,
and Rob Brindamore.
I really like him. There was rumors that he was gonna get fired when
Yeah.
the Rangers didn't have a
What?
coach. I was
No
like,
way.
let's make that happen.
Yeah,
Bring him to New York.
Yeah,
That would be
Brindamore I
awesome.
think's the best coach in the league. I think they play with the best system in the league. It just ended up happening that guys like Sveshnikov and stuff got hurt, and they just didn't have enough firepower. But I think that we've been saying this for a couple of years that it's potentially this year could be the year. I don't know if I want to spoil it just yet, but
The Canes, this is the year.
I would say you might be hearing something from me like that very soon.
They've been getting better every year.
They're
like
gross.
the past few years, like they've been getting farther in the playoffs.
I feel like they're getting better on paper too.
And now they just found $100 million
Yeah,
to pay everybody.
yeah,
I think they can still win that division one more time.
yeah. That for sure,
Yeah,
for
they're
sure.
going to be a good team next year for sure.
If the Devils win the division, how upset will you guys be?
I don't have to think about it. It's not going to happen.
Just think about this. Think about it this way: they're gonna have Tony DeAngelo and Brady Shea playing bottom pair.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Playing bottom
Tony
pair.
DeAngelo, Rangers legend.
That's
Yeah.
a top pair in like Arizona.
Yeah, they're gonna be playing bottom pair. Yeah. Brent Burns and Orlov's gonna be playing with the top pair.
Tony DeAngelo
Yeah.
went back to Carolina for real?
Yeah, Slavin and
Playing
Penn.
like really
yeah,
cheap.
With that Slavin and Pesci are going to be playing with that. They'll probably play middle pair.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's so insane.
Yeah, they're gonna have Jacob Yeah, because they usually split that. They like this. They've been liking to split up Slavin and Burns.
Yeah.
Even though putting them
So
together.
now
is just
top
gross.
line is Burns and Orlov.
I would probably say so.
Oh man.
And then Slavin and Pesci are probably gonna play middle pair, and then Shea and D'Angelo are gonna play bottom pair. That's just gross.
that could.
Insane.
That's one of those teams. Man.
That's suffocating.
Carolina sports is rough. I don't think they have a championship in other than the Canes, like
No, they don't have a championship since 06.
they haven't had a championship in 06, and their other sports teams definitely don't have.
I mean, the
nothing
Panthers, they're far away.
Cam Newton got close.
going.
Yeah.
You got so close.
I mean, do we count Clemson football?
Okay, that's
Yeah.
not. That's college sports. Talk about pro sports.
Yeah, do we count
Talk
Clemson
about pro
football?
sports.
I bet they would.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I bet they. But
I mean, not a lot of. I mean, they're in a region where they're lucky to have a couple professional sports teams. Like
Yeah.
you go like it's like an Alabama or a Mississippi and stuff like that. Like
they got none.
Yeah.
no,
Because
like
Bama is
rely-
their professional
Yeah,
sports
they rely
team.
on their college.
Alabama is their professional sport. But yeah, like I mean, if you're not counting clubs in football, like they haven't been.
Yeah, they
They're
got nothing.
great.
But the Canes are their best team.
Panthers made it to a Super Bowl in 2015 though.
They did.
Yeah.
They got slammed, but
Cam Newton didn't want to dive on the ball.
he did not want to dive on the ball.
So now moving out west with more news. So Anaheim got Adam Fantilli with his second pick, and they signed Troy Terry to a 7-year, $49 million contract. He was a restricted free agent. That is Jason Robertson money, guys. So thoughts? If anyone has thoughts.
I
I don't.
nothing.
I got nothing.
Yeah, that was a bit interesting to me. That's what I'll say. Yeah, that was been interesting.
Fair. I get it.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, but we'll see what happens.
Good player. He was great a couple years ago, but
Yeah.
that's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And now moving over to Washington, everyone's favorite forward, Tom Wilson. Huge contract.
I actually didn't think it was that bad. Year to year, it's not. But year to year, it's like in the 6 range, I think.
7 years, $6.5 million per season.
That's not bad.
Yeah, no.
he
I would say he's close to point per game.
just brings that presence with him, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
he's an enforcer and he
Yeah.
also plays
Yeah,
good
and he
hockey.
could play. Yeah, he was not like a Ryan Reeves, just enforcer, can't really do much else on the ice, but
he's well
he
balanced.
he could contribute, and he just brings that presence with him. You know, like when they know they can't mess with anybody on the Capitals because they're gonna have to deal with him, whether he's on the ice or not.
True.
So, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean,
100% worth it. Like
for sure.
he's a top. That's Ovi's. He's on Ovi's line, right?
Yes,
Yeah, I guess he should be, right?
yes,
Is-
he does play with Ovi.
When will that man? Is he hitting? He's going for 800 goals, right?
Yeah, he'll play probably to the end of his deal, and then give it up.
When
Is he going for 800 or
It's
900?
like
I
2-3
forget.
years left. He's going for 8.
The chase for 800. What's the record? The record
It's
is.
like 840 something, I think.
Oh, he can do it.
Yeah, it's manageable. I would say he'll be the best goal scorer of all time.
Ooh, okay.
I would say he'll get that record.
Interesting.
He'll get that record
The best goal scorer of all time. I mean, I guess you can't argue it.
easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Until
So-
your boy Sidney Crosby retires, and then we might have to change this statement.
With that Sidney Crosby, will be known as the best, the most complete player of all time. He won't be known as the best goal scorer of all time.
I'd agree with that.
With Gretzky is going to be known as the greatest of all time and the greatest offensive player of all time. Ovi's going to be known as the purest goal scorer of all time. Crosby is going to be the most complete player of all time.
Oh, offense, defense,
Fair.
everything.
Yeah.
So he's okay. I get it. I understand.
I like it.
Where's
And the-
McDavid fit in?
Give me a cup.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Heck, give me a cup, and
I think he
at
needs,
the pace he's at right now, I mean, he's gonna challenge another great Oiler.
Yeah,
True.
He's gonna challenge another great Oiler.
but he definitely needs a cup though, and I
He
don't
does.
know. I don't know how they're gonna get it.
Ugh.
I mean, they re-signed Evan Bouchard, but
I would say if he gets to a cup or gets to 2 cups and doesn't win them, and he plays well in the Stanley Cup final at the pace he's at, I'd probably still say he challenges.
Yeah,
he's
Because
what,
hockey-
27 years old?
Yeah, 26, 27. Like, he's, like, hockey, it's such a random game.
right.
Like, we know in the playoffs, like, anything can happen, so. I don't know, like, if he needs one per se, but like, if he got one, it would definitely help him.
Yeah,
Like, it wouldn't hurt him if he didn't get a cup, but it would definitely help if you did, if that makes sense.
It's a team game at the end of the day still.
It does. It is.
Did they get much better, the Oilers, in the offseason?
Well, they re-signed guys and made some trades, but it's hard for them to really get so much better when all their money is tied up in two really good three centers actually, because Nugent Hopkins has a beat contract as well.
Yeah.
So
what,
it's really
what do you
hard
do if they're them? You get rid of one and
You-
try and strengthen the rest of your team, or do
That's
you
not
keep
a bad idea.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about this over the summer.
Like what
one
happens
episode.
if they try and get?
I mean, they
trade
brought in.
Draisaitl?
They brought in guys like they brought in guys like Connor Brown, Drake Cagula, former Penguins prospect, by the way. Like,
So he's a goat.
yeah. They signed their playoff stud Evan Bouchard to a 2-year bridge deal, which, oh my god, the amount of money he's going to make in a couple years
Yeah.
after playing on that power play, and for the next 2 years, oh my god, the money he's going to make. But neither here nor there. Like, they're pretty much rolling out the same core, with not much else changed around it, and we'll see what happens.
They've gotten swept by the Jets, missed the playoffs, I think, and then hold on. I'm trying to go down the line. Swept by the Jets. Then it was Western Conference Finals last year, and then this year it was Western Conference Semis. They lost to Vegas.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, man. Unfortunate. They're like, they give off like, how do I describe them? Like Green Bay vibes.
Yeah, to me, I think
a little bit.
To me, I think they got two more real shots at it, because then Leon's contract's up. A year after that, McDavid's contract's up, and they're gonna both get paid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a potential they're gonna have two $14 million players.
Wow.
They're
They're
the two highest point scorers in the league.
Yeah.
McDavid can make $15 million.
I mean, it's worth it. It's worth
Definitely worth it.
It's worth the money, but they're always gonna have depth issues because of that.
Yeah, they're gonna have a bunch of college kids running around McDavid.
Yeah,
AHL back line.
Yeah, they're gonna have depth issues, and the thing with Edmonton is, will McDavid and Draisaitl weather the storm and carry, right?
I'd take $1 million less on my contract to play with McDavid.
So would I. If you're a player in like your low 30s, mid 30s, guy that you still got some juice left, but maybe got one more 2 cracks at it. I mean,
For sure.
Edmonton's an attractive spot to play.
But for some reason, no one's going.
Yeah.
But they're not.
I mean, it's an attractive spot on paper. If you're talking about it logistically,
everyone's headed to
win a cup.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Everyone's headed to Carolina.
The issue with Edmonton and signing outside free agents is they play in Alberta, Canada,
Oh
Yeah.
man.
and
yeah.
winters are like negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit. And you're moving outside of your country if you're an American-born player or a Russian-born player or a Swede or a Finn. Like, you're not playing at home. You're going to be away from your family.
For real.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's an issue, but when you got those two guys at the top of your roster, like, anything's possible.
Yeah.
So, moving on now to more free agency, because we got a lot to cover over this past month.
We do.
Brandon Hagel re-signed with the Lightning, 8 years, $6.5 million, same money as Tom Wilson.
That was a great contract. Phenomenal deal. With that, Hagel's great.
I feel like Lightning always sign good contracts.
Dude, they were first round exit last year. Are they rebounding this year? Or are they not making? AJ said they were going to be a wild card team this year.
I can see it.
I do. Yeah.
It's finally over.
I wouldn't say it's over. I'm never going to count that core out.
Yeah.
I hate
I'm not
Done
going
it
to.
too many times.
I'm not going to count. I'm not going to count that core out. Even them as a wild card team, they can go win a cup.
I know these two got PTSD over here.
Yeah, I know.
Nah,
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
I don't even want them to make
They've
the
done
playoffs.
it too many times.
as a wild card team, they can win a cup. The issue with the Lightning is those 3 years that they were in the cup, right? You play 82 regular season games.
And then
probably
like 20 something more
like
playoff
20
games.
more playoff
They
games.
played 100 games for like 3 straight seasons.
Yeah, you have like 2-3 months off and you're right back at it, right? And they've done that the last 3 years. And now you're starting to see some injury concerns. Hedman went down a little bit last year. You had guys like Braden Point. He missed some time. Like, it's like even Vasilevsky. I thought he was a little bit banged up
That
during
was-
the season as well.
Yeah, that was wild because like he had his first bad playoffs ever.
Yeah,
they
he
didn't- I
was a
gonna
little
say,
bit
he didn't
banged
have
up
a
hurt.
great-
Yeah, he was a little bit
great end
banged
of
up
the
hurt.
season.
Like, the thing, and we talk about this when we talk about football, right? And I'm not comparing these guys. I'm not making a direct comparison, but the logic I'm using, it's a little comparable.
Okay.
We always talk what's the most volatile position to play and what's out on offense in the NFL?
The O-line or the running back?
Running back.
Okay.
Right? Running backs, like, they get ran to the ground. They play the most volatile position, and then, right? It eventually just the wheels fall off, right?
It's like 28 years old. Once they hit that, they're done running back to NFL.
My only concern with Tampa, and if any team's going to pretty much say, like, screw off to this, is Tampa, right? My only concern is the wheel on like, they've had so much tread on the tires the last couple of years. And you can even count this year for being in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, true.
At some point, is it going to catch up to them?
Yeah, those guys are only getting older, too, every year.
Yep.
On top of
At
that.
some point, is it going to catch up to them?
Or are they getting hungrier?
Knowing Nikita
boy.
Kucherov, yes.
Yeah, that's my big worry. For some reason, they just might show up better.
Dude, the Warriors came back after like 4 years of missing the NBA Finals. Like, watch Tampa win 2027 Stanley Cup Finals
With the same squad.
with the same exact squad. Of course, it's way different now. And they were not the best team in Florida last year.
True.
And that was the
They were
greatest
not.
thing ever. And that's like the first time ever. But so maybe there's a trend here. Maybe Tampa Bay can take a wild card seat. I think AJ had Florida making an Atlantic Division playoff spot, like a top 3.
Yeah.
In the Atlantic with I believe it was Toronto and Boston.
Mhm.
With the other 2 teams.
My thing
I
is,
like that.
yeah, my thing is with just in the Atlantic, I just don't see, like, here's my thing in the Atlantic, right? But what's that? And by the way, I didn't have Boston in there.
Oh, right. It was.
By the way, I didn't have Boston.
I
had Buffalo.
Right, the Sabres.
Oh,
I had Buffalo.
I like that.
Here's my thing, and I'll go through every Atlantic team, right? Boston, this year, they're kind of resetting their cap. They have guys coming off the books. They're going to have like $30 million in cap. They're still going to have their core together, and Pasternak, Marchand, McAvoy's going to be there. Your 2 goalies are going to be there.
Yeah, they just re-signed Swayman to a 1-year contract, $3 million, something like that.
This year, losing your number 1 and number 2 centers is going to hurt, but they're going to reset their cap. They'll probably be about a low 90-point team. They'll probably just miss the playoffs. Toronto, this is their last shot. This is this core's last shot to like as a true cup contender. Well, they'll always be a playoff team. With as long as Matthews is still there, which we'll get into a little bit later.
Yes, sir.
Matthews signed a big contract. They'll always be in there, but this is probably their last year of having a true deep team.
They signed
go
so
win a
many
cup.
1-year contracts this year.
Yeah.
Bertuzzi's on this 1-year deal,
Yep.
which is he's gonna get a bag also
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah. Playing with Matthews and Nylander, or Matthews and Marner, however they
And
shake up their lines.
didn't Ryan Reeves sign there?
Yeah, Revo signed there. They signed him a multi-year deal, which is
Did they?
hilarious. Yeah.
How much? With 2 or 3? Or
Yeah, they
just
gave him like a 2-3 year deal. Like,
Wow.
yeah, that was hilarious. But yeah, it's probably their last true years top contender, and also in that organization, guys like Shanahan, guys like Keefe, they're gonna be looked at, and you can see a lot of changes in that organization very soon after this year. Tampa, kind of just explained that. I won't get into that too much. Florida, I don't feel that they got much better.
They definitely did not.
I don't think they got much better. My thing is I have them in a top 3 spot because
Matthew Tkachuk exists.
yeah, that and with Matthew Tkachuk, top 10 player in the league, and you have teams like Boston and Tampa. I think are going to take a little bit but they're going to take a step back. Buffalo, if the players like Tage Thompson, Daly, and Owen Power, guys like that, even Alex Tuck, which talk about a win-win trade. Jack Eichel for him, he's been great there.
And then Jack Eichel's now a Stanley Cup champion.
If they take that next, if they continue on their development path and they take that next step, Buffalo's going to be up there for sure. Ottawa and Detroit, I don't know how to feel about.
I kind of like Ottawa a little bit.
You see, I don't know. Like, I don't know how I feel about it.
Let's check the
I
roster.
think,
real
I
quick.
like
they'll
the-
be better.
I love Ottawa's top 6.
Yeah.
They're going to be a fun team to watch. I think their decor is nice. I don't think it's great. I think it's good.
Yeah, the top 6 on that team: Brady Tkachuk, Giroux, Stutzel, Tarasenko, Drake Batherson, Josh North. Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
I'm a big fan of Ottawa's top
But
six.
the bottom six, you're right.
Yeah,
it's
the
a bunch of dudes that
it's
I don't
questionable.
even know.
It's questionable, right?
Yeah, for a time left, they're making a little bit of a push. They, at the deadline, trading for Chikrin.
Yeah, I mean, it shows. That's how they got guys like Hamonic, Chikrin, Shabbat, right?
Korpisalo's another goaltender.
Yeah, Sanderson. That's how they.
Yeah, it's it's got some potential.
It does, but I also think this has potential to be your 93, 94-ish point team that's on the outside looking
Yeah,
in.
I don't see them making it, but I think that they'll be right there. I think.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to improve. I don't know by how much. Detroit, on the other hand, to me, they're definitely going to improve from 80 points from
The
last
eyes
year.
are playing.
Yeah.
I don't know what I don't know what the eyes are. I don't know what the eyes are playing about.
Yeah,
I don't know what he like. You know that Twitter meme. What is he cooking?
Yeah, we don't know.
What?
We don't know what he's been cooking.
Yeah,
'Cause right
what
now,
is he cooking?
their
hearing
offense
about-
looks weak, and their they have Sider on defense, but even he took a step back. They have Gossesbeer, they have Sherratt. Their goaltender's Ville Husso. Like, there's not too much going on here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I'm doing with Detroit and Montreal. They're going to be at the bottom of the division. I like their
Poor
prospect.
Montreal, man.
Yeah.
Stanley Cup final 3 seasons ago.
I like their prospect pool. They're going to be a fun team to watch. They're going to be a fast, young team. But for me, Montreal, I kind of see them where the Devils were in not last year, the year before.
Well, one thing I learned about Montreal, I went up to watch the Rangers play in Montreal last year,
Ooh.
and they were such a bad team, but that stadium was completely full.
Mm-hmm.
Those fans are
They go crazy.
unreal
Love hockey.
there. They love hockey, man.
Yeah.
And if you're playing in that stadium, you just gotta. You can't be bad. Like
Yeah.
you got so many people cheering you on.
I view Montreal in a way that I viewed New Jersey in 21. What's that? Not 20.
22?
Yeah. No, in 21.
21.
21, 22.
Yeah.
They're a young core. They're starting to mesh together. The prospects are starting to come up, right? They're capitalizing on big draft capital, right? They're drafting players that are going to be productive. And at some point, it's all going to click,
Yeah.
right? I don't think it clicks this year. I would not be shocked if Montreal gets aggressive next year in the offseason, and it starts to click then.
Yeah, I don't know. Did we get to see much of Slavkovsky last year?
Not really.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing.
Dude,
much.
remember when everyone got injured on that team? Like, it was like a giant, the biggest injury report I've ever seen in my life.
Who'd they draft? Montreal?
This year or
Yeah,
last year?
no, this year.
This year, Montreal, who did they draft, guys? Let's look at the draft board for that one. Because they had a high pick, right? Am I wrong?
They should have.
They also had Florida's pick, but that was like pick 30. Montreal, you see what ended up happening was they didn't finish as low as they might have had the 9th pick. Let's check out the NHL draft. NHL draft 2023.
I know they traded for Kirby Dosh. I don't know if they moved their pick.
Yeah, they
for
trade that pick for it.
I don't know.
They picked 5th overall David Reinbacher.
Who's he?
I would say to me,
I don't know who that is.
to me, with that he was the best defenseman in the draft.
He's a defenseman. Okay.
Yeah, with that his strength is his skating. He's fast. He's going to be able to move the puck.
And he's only 18 years old.
Yeah, he's got to get He's got to get bigger. He's got to get stronger. He's kind of a lanky kid.
6'2", 187. Keep in mind, I'm
Wow.
5'10", like 180 something. So like,
Yeah, he's a lanky kid. He's got to get in the weight room
Yeah.
if he's going to want to stick. But he's got traits there. With that, he's got hockey sense. He's got great hands. He's got the potential to be a number 1. But he's got my biggest thing is he's got to get stronger once he got in the weight room, and he's got to get a little bit more aggressive. He's got to get a little bit more aggressive defensively with his feet. His feet, he got his skating and transition in the O zone. It's a big strength to his game, but in the D zone, he'll get a little bit flat-footed. It'll hurt him. But so those are minor fixes. If they can turn that around, they got themselves a nice player.
well, we touched on it earlier. One of the biggest signings of this offseason in Toronto. The MVP Austin Matthews re-signing on a 4-year and $13.25 million a season. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's $53 million. A 4-year, $53 million contract. Boys, did you see what was going on with this? Austin Matthews' camp refused to go over 4 years.
I did see that. So he's trying to get himself one more big
Trying
contract.
to get him one more big contract after that.
Yeah, smart move by them.
He'll be
Yeah,
like,
I get it. It makes sense for them. I wouldn't
And,
let Matthews go.
In 4 years, the cap, I'm sure, will have gone up. So he's going to get even. He's going to top probably what he got in
Now,
this
yeah.
one.
he'll be 31 by then. So
Yeah.
that's like perfect time for your last contract.
Yeah.
He's gonna have made close to. He's gonna made like a little over $100 million by the time he's 30 in the National Hockey League.
That's insane.
Dude,
He's the face of Toronto, though.
absolutely face of Toronto. And with his team, maybe they finally won a playoff series, but there was some guys down from Sunrise who made sure it wasn't another playoff series. But they can totally win again because they have a good team. I forget who was telling the story of Leafs fans know they have a good team, so they don't even really pay attention to the regular season. They know they're going to make the playoffs. They just start paying attention come playoff time because it's been playoffs every year, and just they don't have to. They know they have a good team. They just don't know if they have a clutch team. It's kind of the situation.
Editor and Leaf probably hype.
Dude, don't even get me started on that dude. Don't even get me started on that dude. Alex, are you aware of Editor and Leaf?
No.
Editor
I'm not.
and Leaf is I believe a fan-sided Leafs reporter, right?
Okay.
And he has some of the most egregious takes
God.
I've ever seen. Like, he's I can't tell if it's like dead serious or not.
So he just went off the rails when Toronto made the playoffs?
No, it's been years now he's been like this. Like, let's see if I can find some of the good tweets. Real quick.
Daniel just texted me. What's up?
Does Editor
Blank
and Leaf chop?
what's that? Daniel Moya at Devils Reports tweeted. Not tweeted. Texted in our group chat. Blank Editor and Leaf.
Editor and Leaf is part of the chopaganda.
Dude, Editor and Leaf definitely spreads propaganda. I'm gonna try and find some of the best Editor and Leaf tweets.
Oh God.
I have a perfect. Let's go. Let's just start looking. Let's just start looking for some good ones. This is
What platform? Everything?
I'm looking on Twitter right now.
Whoa, what the hell? Oh.
Yo, I have to dump Alex. Wow.
Dump me.
No, I dumped Alex. I dumped Alex. Alex, no. Come back. Come back to the mic now. You gotta apologize to 90.3 WMSC.
I'm so sorry, everyone, but I don't know what Twitter is.
Oh, right, it's X. My bad. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry.
See, I'm fired. First episode.
I completely forgot about that. Dude, Daniel's going off right now. He's saying Editor and Leaf is the whole reason propaganda exists. It's a monumental trickle-down effect.
Terrible.
Let's find some.
Terrible. But when you're finding out, I'll just say this: some guys, when you're playing professional sports, some guys care strictly about winning, and the money's secondary. Some guys, the money is
Everything.
number one. Everything and winning comes secondary. I don't know what that is for Austin Matthews. I'm not here to.
I can't tell you. You're right.
I'm not here to guess what it is for Austin Matthews. I'm not pocket watching. I'm not trying to guess what another man's priorities are, right? $14 million a season or around that is fair value for Austin Matthews. I don't know what it is. What's that on your betting sites? By the way, gamble responsibly. But if you want to,
Hey!
but if you want to break in the ice, futures bet from me, whatever it is, bet on Austin Matthews next year to win the Rocket Richard. It's gonna happen. He's gonna score 60 goals next year. Hot take, but it's gonna
60 goals.
It's gonna happen next year.
3 goals every 4 games.
Book it, but neither here nor there.
If Chris Kreider could do it, so could he.
Yep,
That is a fact.
but here nor there. Good for him. He's gonna be. If he wasn't set for life before, he's gonna be set for life now. And then after this 4-year deal, he's gonna be. Then he's gonna be set for life.
After this contract,
again.
I feel
His
like
kids will be set for
there's a
life.
potential he's going to another team
Mm-hmm.
after this one.
Then good for him, because after this contract, if he wasn't set for life after this one, which you should be after $53 million, he's going to be set for life again.
Yeah.
But as a Leafs fan, I don't know how I'd feel about the number. I would have wanted him to sign a little bit more long term and a little bit less. But
Oh yeah, the team tried to sign him longer term, but his camp refused. They
At
refused.
a shorter AAV. I would have rather them to sign him for more term and less AAV. But you $14 million for arguably a top 5 player in the league. Like, you'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah.
So if this core that they got ends up collapsing after 4 years, he could be like, all right, guys, it was fun. I'm going to go try to win somewhere else.
I'm going to Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made sense for both parties the way the deal came
It did.
came to a close.
I thought it was a fair deal.
Yeah.
So I found some editor and leaf tweets. All right, so guys, I'm gonna give me your reactions. So this was back when like Florida was making their cup run, kind of, so like late May here, right before the Stanley Cup final. Editor and leaf said if Florida wins the cup, they will have defeated the first, second, fourth, and fifth best teams in the league, which seems incredible, but technically, it's actually much worse than just being the top seed and winning. Thoughts?
Chopaganda.
Propaganda. Oh my god.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, I'm kind of speechless after that one.
I need to hear more.
All right, let me find some more because I know that they are out there. I know they're out there. Oh, here's another one. Florida was outplayed in 4 of 5 games by the Toronto in their series and outplayed by Boston in the majority of their games. They just got lucky. So copying their style of how their franchises run is a bad idea.
Just say your butt hurt.
Just say your butter. Let me hold on. All right. Panthers are a horrible example of how to run a team. They won the luckiest Game 7 ever, and their bad goalie went on a heat streak.
Another boo.
Another.
I mean, if you're gonna go on a heat streak in the playoffs, who's gonna complain about that? Obviously, everyone's gonna be going on a hot streak in the playoffs. How are you gonna? I don't know. That's just
Isn't that one you'd want to get hot?
right. That's the whole point.
The whole point is like winning hockey games, unless I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's the point. You know, after 60 minutes, you hope that you.
Oh, you have more points than the other team?
God,
Yeah.
Florida's goaltender played the best games of the season during the playoffs. Ugh,
Oh
my
my-
God.
What a travesty! What an absolute travesty!
Before Ryan O'Reilly got traded to Toronto, he also said Ryan O'Reilly is not a top target, and he's unlikely to be a target at all. Bad idea.
What did he say something after they traded for him?
Sure,
Did he
but I
reverse
haven't-
course.
Is there like a lot of traction on these tweets, or is he just people are like, yeah, yeah.
Although there's, dude, oh no, dude, even the Leafs fans in his comments
Okay,
are
good,
like,
good. Thank God, they're still sane people.
no, the Leafs fan in his comments are like, trust me, we're not,
That's amazing.
we're not with, dude. I'm telling you, the good comments on this account go back years. Like, let's see if I can find like ones from like, here's some more. Here's the best one. You might think John Tavares is overpaid, but if you average out his contract with Mark Giordano's contract, the Leafs have 2 Hall of Fame guys making just $6 million, which is crazy value.
Wow.
With that, you know how we said we're going to talk about Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah, news just dropped.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, let's
What
hear it,
happened?
boys.
Per Adam Schefter, no deal. Indianapolis did not find what it felt was to be a fair value offer for Jonathan Taylor and is not trading his all-pro running back today, league sources tell ESPN. With no trade materializing today, Taylor now is expected to remain on the physically unable to perform list, making him ineligible to play the first 4 games of the season. Taylor is now expected to miss the games versus the Jaguars, at Houston, at Baltimore, and versus the Rams.
He'll be an Eagle by week 7.
Yeah,
We are an NHL show, but we're talking NFL right now because, it's breaking news. It's 4 o'clock. It's the Colts deadline on that
I
one.
do got to say my apologies to anybody that drafted Jonathan Taylor, that drafted their fantasy
Exactly.
league
This
already.
is
My
why.
apologies.
This is
My
why
apologies.
you hold your fantasy drafts as late as possible for this exact reason.
Mr. Cupen, it's been a pleasure to be on the premiere of
As you're
Breaking the
listening to
Ice.
90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, Alex is going to leave us.
Thank you for having me, sir.
because
I'll be back.
He has a 4 o'clock deadline himself. He and the Colts had the same deadline today.
Me and Jonathan Taylor run on the same schedule.
Give some
Except
last
I'm getting
words.
up and not sitting down.
Give
so.
some last words to the fans.
Go Rangers.
All right, go Rangers. Clap on Alex. All right, gang, we'll be taking a quick break here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, but when we come back, we'll have more of the best hockey talk for you. Me, AJ, and Matt going to keep the show rolling, so stay tuned. We are back here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. Your host, Connor Cupen, and I got Matt Vitali on mic 3 with me. Breaking news, AJ Chasan had to leave, So we thought we were just losing Alex for the second half of the show. That is incorrect. Alex left, and then AJ says, I gotta go attend to a personal matter here. So we just got half our crew cut in half. I'm sad. You know what I mean? I am distraught. Aww. But
The show must go on.
Show must go on.
Somebody's got to finish the show.
So all the big news is gone now, all behind us. We caught up on the off season. We're just getting ready for preseason, which starts. Yeah, Daniel says, "Wow, feeble AJ, feeble AJ." Yo, is AJ really feeble? Stole the words right out of John Giftopoulos' mouth, right there. Stole the words out of Frank the Tank's mouth. And if you can have the most, it's not a feeble situation. It's something out of his control. All right.
Yeah.
You know? AJ just had to run off. Had to run off. So, if anyone. Daniel should pull up right now.
Yeah. To the rescue.
Just walk on in. But regardless, now preseason, I believe it's going to start real soon. September 23rd. First preseason games begin. Guess the time of the first preseason game.
Well, since you're making me guess, I'm going to think it's something obscure. So we'll go 3:30 p.m.
No.
What is it?
I'll give you 2 more guesses.
2 more hints? All right. Oh, let's throw 11 a.m.
No.
Okay, now we'll go 11 p.m.
No.
Wow.
Midnight. The first game kicks off. Puck drop is at 12:05 a.m.
Wow. Where is this?
Because that's Eastern time.
Uh-huh.
So it's 9 p.m. Pacific time because it's in Arizona at Pike at ASU.
Oh, man.
9 p.m. puck drop.
They're just going to roll
out
off
there.
From the frat party, pull up to the
Literally.
Coyotes preseason game.
Okay, I lied. Daniel says, okay. He said he's wondering. He's like, okay. He thought it was in Europe. He's not. He's not. It's 9 p.m. at Pike. That's what's starting because it's Eastern time. It'll be 12. So who's staying up for the midnight preseason game?
Not I.
Not you. You're not staying up to watch Coyotes Kings at 12 a.m.
Man, that's a hard
on
pass
NHL
for me.
Network.
A hard pass for me.
And then, so it looks like that first day of preseason, I think it's a split squad for Arizona because they have 3 games.
Really?
They have 3 games on Saturday, September 23rd. They have Arizona, LA, Arizona, St. Louis is playing 2 games that day. So it's got to be like
they're splitting,
split squads all over the place for that first game of preseason. The Rangers preseason squad games go as follows. They have the Bruins, first off, in Boston. A game against the Islanders at home. The Devils 2 days later. Then the Islanders at UBS. So in other words, it's all home games because they're all in New York and New Jersey anyway. And in October, they have another one against the Devils at the Rock. And then they have Boston at home. So 2 games against Boston, 2 games against the Isles, 2 games against the Devils. Wow, what a preseason. What a preseason, Matt. Preseason record. What's happening? What they going?
Undefeated.
Undefeated 6-0?
Do they give out like any type of trophy or an award?
Not
or
a chance.
of any
No,
sort?
there's no preseason trophies. It's not like the summer league.
If they did, Rangers gang all of them. Gabriel Perreault will get the MVP.
Now that Daniel's listening, Daniel, how about those preseason games with the Rangers and the Devils? Is Matt speaking facts? Will the Devils?
The preseason, I got no idea what's going on.
Of course, you got no idea, but you're going undefeated, of course.
Still going undefeated. Yeah.
No, yeah, the Cats are going undefeated. Let's check out the Panthers preseason. All right, 2 games against Nashville, 2 W's. 2 games against Carolina. Last playoffs showed no problems.
Yep.
2 W's. And then 2 games to finish it off. Oh, never mind. So they have 1 game against Ottawa, and then 3 games against the Lightning to finish the preseason. So I'll take my sentence back. The Florida Panthers will be going 4-3 in the preseason. 4-3 in the preseason. How about that?
We'll take it.
5-2. I'll take it back. 5-2 in the
5-2.
preseason.
Right.
It's like a 3-game series against the Lightning. It's almost like a baseball series right there. They're taking 2 of 3. 2 of them in Tampa, one in Sunrise. And I want to make it a goal. I want to try and go to FLA Live Arena this year because the stadium, I drove past it this year when I was down in Miami and down in Parkland. The stadium is right on the edge of South Florida. So meaning all of South Florida is on the coast, right? And then if you go as far west as you can, it just reaches the Everglades.
Yeah.
So there's Everglades, then actual South Florida, then the beach. The Florida Panthers play as far west as you possibly can in South Florida, meaning the Everglades are right there to the side.
Wow.
It's just on the left. I was driving south on 868, I believe, or Route 75, one of those two. And on my left, there's Sunrise. There's the FLA Live Arena. On the right, the woods. It's just the entire Everglades mountains and forest. So they're playing right by the jungle, like literally next to it. So I want to go there because it looks like a cool stadium. It's right on the start of the highway. So, and I'm sure like it's a great atmosphere the way it looked like this past season. It looked cool.
They get Panthers hockey and great scenery.
Great scenery
on.
right outside FLA Live Arena. And Daniel has not responded in the group chat. So he stopped listening, possibly, which means he's fake. And, this is just unfortunate situation right here. We had a cast today. We were going to have Daniel will be on next week. Same with Justin. They'll be back. I'm not sure where Tanner's at. So, Tanner, send a Raven if you're out there somewhere. AJ had to leave. Alex had to leave. And Justin was going to be here but couldn't make it. So we're rocking with Skeleton Squad. Skeleton Crew is it's okay. Sometimes it happens. I did this show by myself one week. I don't know how I actually did that for 2 hours, but I really pulled it off because you know what I did? I did what it would take every team to win the Stanley Cup final.
Everyone.
I went through every single roster. I literally went through every single.
What did you come up with for like the Canadians, for like the Ducks?
I think I said it'll not gonna happen for a couple of years for both of those squads. I think that was my plan of direction. It's just not happening next year for either team. But they're going to get better, build through the draft, sign free agents, which they have. Re-sign Troy Terry. Daniel is still listening. Well, so tell me, Daniel, what is the Devils' preseason record? When that happened? Let's check the Devils' preseason. They have those 2 games against the Rangers. I know that. They also have, okay, this is odd, 2 games against the Flyers, 2 games against the Rangers, 2 games against the Islanders, and 1 against Montreal. So, Daniel, hit the chat with what will the Devils' preseason record look like when it's over?
Yeah, I'm looking ahead to opening
night. I'm ready.
The actual season. Rangers open with Buffalo. Devils open at home against the Red Wings.
Rangers. Oh, Daniel says 3-2-1. Ooh.
Oh, the little overtime loss.
Okay, overtime loss. Which game is that?
They even do overtime in preseason games?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I honestly never have watched a preseason game in my life.
Dude,
not one.
Here's how you fix the NHL's point scoring. Bring back draws. Okay? Bring back draws. Make all losses 0 points because of regulation. And most importantly, make wins worth 3 points. Make wins worth 3 points. I'm telling you. There's no reason Calgary should have been that close to a playoff spot last year. They didn't even have 40 wins. Make wins 3 points. And even if you don't make draw... Okay, actually take it back. You don't have to make draws a thing. We can keep overtimes. Make overtimes. Overtime losses, sure, that can still be 1 point, but just make wins 3.
Yeah.
Because wins being 2 is ridiculous. In European football, in MLS, wins are 3, draws are 2, or draws are 1.
You might as well make it.
So no one cares about draws. Teams legitimately be hunting for overtime losses in the NHL. Why is that a thing? That should never be a thing. Should have never been a thing. And Daniel says, bring the IHF standing system. Which, Matt, hear this out. Regulation win is 3 points. Overtime win is 2 points. Overtime loss is 1 point. Regulation loss is 0 points.
Yeah, I kind of like you not getting a full 3 points for going to overtime.
Win?
You just lose. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Daniel says they do OT, and they lose one of the 2 in overtime to the Rangers. So
revenge.
Matt, if that's the case, who's scoring the overtime winner for the Rangers?
Who's even be playing in that game? Like I have no idea who's gonna be playing because I don't know if they're splitting up their squads and all the AHL guys.
Which AHLer is scoring the game winner?
I'm still sticking with Perrault. Perrault's gonna have an MVP.
Preseason MVP.
Yeah, preseason
Gabriel
MVP.
Perrault, guys. You heard it here first. You heard it here for now that Daniel's listening. I'll just relay everything. Daniel, give me an entire Devils offseason spiel and how you feel about the team going in. Amoya couldn't be here today because it's the first week of shows and everyone's getting their schedules sorted out. But he'll be back. He will be back, and he'll be here to give his weekly Devil spiel. So, Rangers season now, opening Buffalo, Blue Jackets, Coyotes, Predators. That could be a 4-0.
Yeah.
Actually, hear me out. That's 3-1.
All right. So what?
Losing to Buffalo game 1.
That's we're away at Buffalo. That arena probably gonna be rocking. A lot of excitement for them.
Hey! You ever hit one of those before?
No, I'm a Jets fan. I can't be doing that.
You can't be doing that, dude?
No, I despise Buffalo.
I went to a
in all
Sabres Devils game. We hit that. 'Cause I didn't care. Because
Yeah,
going
you
to
have
a neutral
no-
game,
Yeah.
and the Sabres won that game. Daniel says Devils. Very good. Moves were excellent. Defense scares me a little, though the Colin Muller edition will help big time. That Devils Sabres game I'm talking about, by the way, I went there with Daniel and some other guy, and Justin says Cal Foot will help as well. I went to that game. I believe it was the Hamburglar in the net, Andrew Hammond, and there was a dump in, a full on when teams just dump the puck in towards the offensive zone just to dump it in.
Yeah, dump and change. Yeah.
And it goes in the net from half court. It was the greatest goal I've ever seen. But the Sabres won that game. We went to the diner afterwards. Daniel spit up an entire thing of mozzarella on his plate. It was a great day. It was a great game with a great day, and that's where he got the nickname Mozzarella Boy because he was trying to eat some disco
Really?
fries. He
That's
got
the first
all
time
the
I've heard it.
cheese. Got all the cheese in one bite, and just goes down.
Hate to hear it.
Justin Brady out here saying the Patriots just cut all their quarterbacks except for Mac Jones.
I did see that.
So,
I did see that.
Well, guys, no backup quarterback. They're going to be running with. And Daniel says, thanks for exposing me. I definitely said this on air before. Not a chance I did not mention that before. No way. If I didn't mention that before, then I am a failure as a radio host. I'm an absolute failure. And that was back when I was a sophomore still, and they were freshmen. So it's been a minute. It's already been that long because now they're juniors and I'm a senior. Last year of me hosting this show, which is honestly, I gotta find my successor. Someone has to take this. I don't know who's gonna do it.
You can't let it die. I'm out of here too.
Dude, someone's gonna have to do it. Someone's gonna have to get a DJ certified who is a underclassman, get on this show and start spitting about grown men playing with a piece of rubber on a sheet of ice. Because that's what we do. That's literally exactly what we do. That's how you simplify what we do into a very simplified, obviously, way of what we do here. But it's quite literally the truth.
That's what we do. We just broke it down. We're breaking the ice. We just broke down hockey into.
And we have a great intramural team, which we will be winning the championship
We
this
will be
year.
back.
If they do it this year, they better
Really?
let
There's
us run.
talks
Dude,
that
2
might not
years
happen?
ago it was softball, and last year it was street hockey. So
So it's either one or the other.
I guess they just didn't have, or they have that soccer league. They have spring soccer as well.
Are we running dodgeball?
We are absolutely running dodgeball. We went to the championship last year, lost to Kappa Sig, broke our hearts. However, let me be clear. We beat Kappa Sig in the semifinal for street hockey, so I'm not even mad about it. And you know what? We're going to register it right now. Daniel said start the dodgeball team. Well, I'm going to register the dodgeball team right now.
Yeah, I'm 100% down.
Because it's too long. So let's do this right now. Let's do this right now. They want me to also make a flag football team. I'm not GMing 2 teams, guys, all right? Let's compromise here. I will make the dodgeball team. I'm no doubt you're going to do that. If someone else wants to go ahead and make the gridiron squad, by all means, go right ahead.
Yes, what's the dodgeball team name?
That's breaking the court.
Breaking the court? All right.
Breaking the court is going to happen. Daniel says this is the greatest thing to ever happen on the radio. Me making the Breaking the Court dodgeball team live.
Radio history.
Radio history. You ever seen a team get made? You ever seen a GM? I'm about to buy a $10 franchise. The franchise costs $10, so we're about to do this. All right, let's do it live here. So I did not enter my email. I entered just the school. We had the biggest team out of. That was honestly some great fun last year. Not gonna lie.
Dodgeball or hockey?
No, hockey. The whole thing.
Yeah.
Everything. Dodgeball was great. Volleyball. Okay, you want to hear a volleyball season last year?
Yeah,
okay,
I
so
don't know.
Alex was the most experienced player, so he was our coach pretty much. He built this team up. First season, they had 2 volleyball seasons, one in the fall, one in the spring. Fall season, we missed a few games because we had people getting sick, and we didn't make the playoffs because of our. Apparently, your sportsmanship rating goes down if you miss games. So we had better records than some teams that made the playoffs, but we missed too many games that we didn't get in. We were like, why? So season 2 rolls around. We're not doing this again. We make the playoffs. 8 seed. We win the first game. We won a playoff. We went from playing like 2 games season 4 to winning a playoff game. We made a drastic improvement. We even got better like as volleyball players, like actually. Not compared to our street hockey run, though. We had a run.
We did have a run. We started off.
And I'm going to be 100% honest. In that championship game, where we went down like 3-0, whatever, it got getting worse. Once we went empty net, we started scoring. I'm telling you, if we had gone empty net earlier, we could have maybe pulled something off there. So it's a thing to think about. The pressure we kept on in the offensive zone by going empty net, they couldn't clear the ball.
Yeah.
So I'm not even going to lie. I think it's worth taking a look at. Going empty net for that second half.
Yeah, it was once you're down. Yeah, it was a little too late for us.
Too little, too late, but it was a strategy that ended up working. All right, guys, flag football, soccer, and dodgeball leagues are now live. So here's what we're about to do. We're gonna make it on Breaking the Ice, Breaking the Court, dodgeball coming, and best believe when street hockey rolls around, it's gonna be even better. So dodgeball open. Let's do this right now. Let's make this league right now. There are 0 teams in here. Okay, hold on. This gotta be a joke. This is.
It is pretty early though. Maybe they just went live.
Oh my God, I opened the flag football just to look. There's one team called the Gems, and it is run by Nicholas Nardone Jr., our goaltender.
Wow.
Oh, Nardy.
Shout out Nardy.
Shout out Nardy, our goaltender, Nard Sturkin. All right, dodgeball. I guess I'm about to be the first dodgeball team, guys. Let's make a club. Team name, absolutely Breaking the Court. Okay, it's refreshing on me. Team name, Breaking the Court, without a doubt. Because that's what we play on, a court. So we're rocking with Breaking the Court. And the team logo, I am rocking with the logo that is quite literally, if it will let me upload one, that'd be nice. But it's not being responsive because, it's not. So we're going to do that later. We're going to handle the logo later. Auto-accept members, looking for free agents, sure. Game day reminders, contact info, whatever. I don't even know why this is a thing. Create the team. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Breaking the Court is available. It is a team now.
History.
So I gotta make the times that we're all available. And honestly, I'm going to just select all of them. We're not playing on Sundays.
Yeah.
All right. That's
football.
Yeah,
We're locked in.
Playing on Sundays is wild. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna play Monday through Wednesday because that's what we do. Because that's sane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's actually a sane thing to do. Submit. Well, guys, Breaking the Court's a team. Breaking the Court is a team.
This is the start of something great. Right,
so everyone
just
just join up. We'll join up. I'll send the link.
Yeah, I don't know. You probably got to send. I don't know how to join.
Oh, I'll do it right now. Let's send invitations. Man, I gotta. All right, hold on. I love how this is gonna work because dodgeball. So how we had a 6-man team last year, right? On the court, you can have at most, I think, 6 people. I can't remember how many it was, but I just let's figure this out. Where's the link? I'm not even. You know what? I don't even care. I don't even care anymore. I'll do that later. 30 minutes left on this episode of Breaking the Ice. We covered all the hockey news I think you could possibly cover. Now we're looking at preseason. Looking ahead to the preseason and the regular season. October 25th, the Florida Panthers' first game. I'm counting down the days. We are 44 days away. 44 days from puck drop. 43 days from league puck drop. Every day I go on my fan page on Instagram and I post how many days we have left till puck drop, corresponding with a player that wore that jersey. Today is 44.
Who we got?
So we got Eric Goodbranson, who wore 44 from Florida from 2012 to 2016. I remember him being a defenseman on that team because that was back when the team was really rough. They probably won 30 games a year back then. And so, long story short, it's a fun little thing I do every year.
That's hard. You gotta think about it. Who's gonna be 43? I don't think I could do that for the Rangers. I don't think I could come up with.
43.
I can't even think of a 44.
43 for the Florida Panthers is going to be Mike Weaver. He wore 43 from 2011 2014. And
Mike Weaver.
Once it gets to the lower numbers, it gets so much easier. But I start at 99. I literally start all the way back there. But there's no 99 in Florida Panthers history, so I started at 98 because Maxime Mammon wore 98 last year, I think 2 years ago on that team. So that's where I start the countdown going, and it just keeps trickling.
Yeah, 98's a weird hockey jersey. I'm trying to think of my favorite hockey numbers.
Your favorite hockey number?
Yeah.
Mine would have to be... Ooh, man. See, 16 is good. 11 is good. It has to be a teenage number for me because a teen number, I feel like... Watching Barkov and Huberdeau playing as I was growing up has been cool. 16's got to be my answer.
Yeah, for me, 21's just my favorite number, and I think
Vincent Trocheck.
And I think with the Rangers, Stepan,
Derek Stepan,
was one of my favorite Rangers ever.
Was Trocheck 21 in New York?
Trocheck, I think, is 16.
16?
Yeah.
What? He was 21 in Florida though.
Nah, he definitely wasn't 21 with the Rangers.
All right. Well, I believe that. I think he might have been.
I think I'm pretty sure. Let me look it up. I'm pretty sure he wore 16 with the Rangers this year.
Well,
let's see.
All I know is let's see if I can scavenge up.
Yeah, 16 with the Rangers. I see he's 21 on the Panthers and the Canes.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh no, he wore 16 on the Canes.
Well, then I guess I'm just dead wrong.
21 on the Cats though. So.
Well, your favorite number? Who's 21 right now on the Rangers? Any 21 or no?
Why am I'm like I'm blanking right now.
This guy 21.
I feel like there's got to be somebody.
Florida's 21 is my boy Nick Cousins. I know that. I know Nick Cousins rocks 21. Tell me what it is for you guys. Come on now.
I'm like, we might not have one right now.
Oh, this man's checked out. He's a checked out dude.
I'm gonna look at this up, and if it's somebody,
you do.
If we do, who is
you
it?
do.
Who is it?
Barclay Goodrow.
Oh my! How? Yeah, no, that's terrible for me. I don't know how I didn't get that. I might be a fraud.
He's a fraud. We have a fraud Rangers fan in the building, guys. Hold on. Let's give him a little bit of a two-parter. Okay, I hit the wrong sound effect. I want everyone to know that's not what I was looking for. In fact, what I was looking for, watch this. Ready? You want to see what I was looking for? I'm about to find it for you. All right.
Although in my head, I was kind of hoping that we were able to move his contract. So I was like in
He's
my
not
head,
even
like
there.
Not on the Rangers.
This is what I'm looking for you. The crowd gasped because he's a fake Rangers fan.
Fake.
And here comes
confirmed.
It's all right, man. Not everyone can be a superstar.
I don't know puck.
He doesn't know puck. Dude, not knowing puck is like the biggest crime ever. Like, how do you got to know puck? If you don't know puck, then it's like, what are you doing here? What are you doing if you don't know puck? Moving crowd gasp into the sound effects. So now we have, ladies and gentlemen, the crowd gasp is here to stay. Whenever I want, I just go like this. Simple as that. I can even change the color on this. What color am I making crowd gasp? Come on, tell me.
You got any colors available?
Any colors available.
Green for the Jets.
Oh, it's already green. I got to do. All right, I'll do the Jets green then.
Yeah.
The Jets green is the one. I'm fine with that. I can take this with a grain of salt because it's the worst team in the NFL. So, now, breaking the ice chat's going off. Let's see what I'm looking at. So they want me to do 10 p.m. games only for dodgeball, which that's yeah. Alex goes, I don't know if I'm playing, guys. The Patriots just signed me to be QB2. Alex Daly, QB2 of Alex Daly, QB2 of the New England Patriots. Clap it up for this guy right here.
Yeah, Patriots in shambles. I don't know. What are they hoping they're going to sign Brady or something? I don't know.
Well, Brock Purdy walked so Alex Daly could run, says Daniel Omoya. And, well, here we are. 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. 24 minutes to go. I'm making an intramural dodgeball team for us because we are the greatest team that's not a frat. Which means we're the greatest team because frats don't count. Like, if you look at any intramural championship, it's us versus a frat. Except for softball. Softball, our championship game 2 years ago was against the Red Hawk Sports Network team.
Really?
And we beat them 11-1. Championship. Last year, dodgeball championship, frat. Last year, when we lost in the volleyball second round of the playoffs, not a frat, but a literal club volleyball team.
Little, like an actual, like they've.
Yes, they had their own intramural team. Like no.
That's not be allowed.
And then, last but not least, street hockey,
Pain.
championship, Pike, right?
That's the only one I've been a part of was the street hockey.
And we lost to Pike.
But we'll be back, hopefully. They allow us to be back.
Is Matt Vitali playing dodgeball with us this year?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So the dodgeball rules are great. Our very own WMSC's very own Nino Danino. One time I was against him. He was on the other team. It's me and him in a 1v1. We each have a ball, right? This dude, I have two actually. I have two. He's got one. He does two as well. Actually, it's 2v2. He tries the trick where you throw it in the air
and then
throw.
Yeah,
one.
I've tried.
Here's where it goes wrong. He throws it in the air, and I have quite literally two of my own, right? So he does not throw the second one because I don't go for it. So I end up just catching the lightly tossed ball in the air, and he's out. It was so great. It was literally the greatest way ever. He just lobs this ball up
and then
for me.
didn't throw the other ball.
He didn't throw the second one.
That's the whole point.
He choked on the second one because
he choked. His battery's dead. And just
no, so because I know the trick. It's the oldest trick. Dude, people used to use that at Sky Zone back in the day. Like I didn't know this is not. I am not born yesterday. So he does it right, and he throws that ball extremely high in the air, like it's lofting. So I'm not even looking at it though. I know it's up there. I'm just looking at him. He's not throwing the second ball, and by the time it's too late, that ball's right in front of me. I just catch it with. I have 3 balls. I literally have 3 balls. He's like, he just realized what he did, and he's like, oh man.
Shame.
But he had the nicest hands on his team. That kid had the nicest hands on his team. He could catch a rocket coming at him, which was impressive because our whole game was just trying to power it towards someone's legs and he would catch these bullets.
Well, in the beginning of the game, you need some guys with speed get the balls in the beginning. I'm not that guy. I will be in the back. I'm just there. I think I got a good arm. I don't know. I haven't played competitive dodgeball ever in my life. This will be the first time, I guess.
So when you're in the ring, right, you're not allowed to leave the square or the rectangle. Okay, if you're out, you can go retrieve balls from outside the area. If you're not out, only one person can leave to go get a ball.
Yeah, wow.
But if you are out, right, then that person's responsible for getting everything out there. So your teammates can still help you, but you can't. There's lines you can't camp at. And such an underrated trick is tipping a ball up for someone else to catch.
Yeah,
it's such an underrated trick.
Yeah.
A nice little tip drill. The tip drill is so elite. And I remember Cupen made it's just like in the NFL when you have 2 feet in bounds. This man does a toe tap catch on
Toe
the
tap?
sideline
Oh, that's awesome.
to get a ball in.
I hope to do that.
Nah, it's so fun, but losing the championship to Kappa Sig is not fun. But we flu gamed that. I gotta say, we all flu gamed that game. I remember feeling sick that day, and half of our team was down. Matt Boucher did not pull up because he was down. He couldn't play through it. So it was 5 of us, and we're like, we don't. Some of us don't feel. We flu gamed that thing for real. I remember feeling. I drove there on that Sunday afternoon to play this dodgeball game because I could not let my team down. And we put up a fight, but it was over. We had a chance. We had a shot at one point, and then the score ran away from us, and at that point I knew it was done. Well, losing 2 championships in 1 year, you don't even know.
This year's our revenge arc, though.
Last year was rough, man. Losing 2 championships, losing in the second round of the playoffs, and then missing the playoffs 1 year. Ew. Last year was rough, but the year before, softball team went undefeated, won the championship. So that I'm riding high off that one. Trying to at least I'm not ringless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I could be ringless.
I got to get one. I'm 0-1 in my career with a championship loss. So we're coming back though for everything this year. In all sports.
I hope because I can't handle that heartbreak again. The actual heartbreak when you lose in the championship is wild.
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing like professional athletes. Like, I can't describe it. When I watch one of my teams lose a game like that, it's I'm not enjoying my team losing, but I can let it go. But when it's my literal team and it's me losing, it's so different. For me, it feels like it was literally in my hands, and we couldn't get it done. So I can only imagine how crazy professional athletes go when they lose a championship.
Couldn't imagine.
I can't imagine because here we are feeling it over intramural championships, right?
We're just out
Just
here.
a bunch of dudes who paid money to do this. These are dudes getting paid money. Like when you're Corey Perry losing 3 straight Stanley Cup finals, it's gotta be depressing.
Man.
You gotta have some sort of
mental
issues. He's like, it's gotta be
yeah.
a joke. He's like, it's gotta be a joke. Or if you're the Bills losing 4 straight Super Bowls and then never going back to the Super Bowl.
Man, it makes me happy as a Jets fan, but
Oh, yeah, trust me. The Bills fans, they run the division right now, and they have this much to show for it. They have
hopefully not this year. Hopefully Jets reclaim it. It's been
and
like
the
20
NHL,
years.
it's like watch the Lightning losing. See, the Lightning losing the last.
but they won so much.
They won the 2 the year before. So
I feel bad for Corey Perry though, who joins that team that won all that.
Lost. He was on the Canadians team that lost against Tampa.
If you can't beat him, join him. He joined them, but then still lost.
I believe he was on the Dallas team that also lost to them the year before.
I think so.
And then he joins them and loses with them. Oh, Daniel says, fake news on the radio. I was actually given a 1 year, $3.3 million contract to join Breaking the Court from the intramural director himself. Oh,
what do we think about the
man.
value? $3.3 million.
One by 3.3. Wow. Well, Breaking the Court's here, guys. We're gonna make this team. We're gonna make a run. We're talking about it every week. We'll talk about it every week on the show. But it's gonna be nothing like Breaking the Street, because Breaking the Street is literally the sport that we play, and that was the greatest run ever.
That season, our first game, we were in shambles.
I wasn't there for the first game.
We were disjointed. I don't even remember what the score was. It wasn't good.
7-2.
It wasn't good. We were just.
And I heard that the refs blew the game once the other team dropped 6 goals because they thought that
they wanted to go home early.
thought
started.
They thought the mercy rule was as soon as someone hit 6 goals, the game was done.
Yeah.
But it was like 6-5 or something.
AJ was pissed about it. We were all pretty pissed about it.
Let me just, I feel like, the refs are chopping.
That started it.
They've been chopping against us since that intramural softball championship. Okay, we're going story time now. So we have a play. It's, what was the play? It was either an inside the park home run, a ball gets hit to deep center field, and this kid kicks it like under the fence to cause a ground rule double or something.
Wow.
We thought it was a walk-off inside the park home run. everybody starts arguing over it, man. Like, we got half our team yelling. Everybody's like, what? And we walked it off like the next at bat. But still, like, it was like not even a walk-off, like a mercy. Daniel says he's the one who hit the ball. so he says that's the maddest I ever got in my life.
Yeah, bro, thought he just won the championship with a walk-off home run. And they're like, nope, they're trying to put him back on second base.
They put him on second base, and then next hit, he came to score it wasn't even a walk-off. The only reason it was a walk-off was because the mercy rule was 10 runs. Above 10 runs, it would beat them 11-1. We were up 10-1. We thought it was over there. So it was a walk-off, a walk-off, a mercy-off. We mercy-offed them. We thought it was over, and it turns out, no. So that was when the chopping started. Then come dodgeball season. Oh, man. We made it to the championship. We had some good refs some games. Other games were like, wow, what is the meaning of this? Like, stuff's just going on. Like, we're getting not called. It just felt like calls kept not going our way. Come volleyball. We're getting calls. Okay. Apparently, if you roof, this is the worst one. If you roof something in volleyball, if you roof one, right? Like, just go straight up in the sky, or like, that should be like a point for the other team.
Yeah.
It's a redo.
What?
So they were redoing it just because the ball went sky high and out of play. Redo.
And like, so where's this, in the gym?
Yeah.
And it hits like
the bleachers or like the ceiling or something like that.
that should be a point.
Yeah, it was a redo. So
That's
we're like,
terrible.
This is ridiculous that that's not our point. And so Daniel's saying he had to hold Puff back because Puff started like literally charging the mound where the refs were. so because like we were like, where's our walk off? So because the ump like legitimately like we didn't want to get thrown out in the championship or like have anything. It was close. And throwback to when the ref said, I don't know if the ball hit you. I just heard a noise. I think that was dodgeball.
Oh, man.
The ball, we were
Literally
like.
said, I don't know. It might have hit you, but you're out, and that's
The
stuff.
propaganda has been spread for a minute now.
Yeah, in the street hockey, they
Oh,
called
don't
me,
even start it. That's the
they called
icing on the cake.
They called me for a high stick, and there was not. It was just like me and Nardi chilling back in our own end, and she called me for a high stick. There was nobody on the other team, like within 10 feet of me. Like, it was impossible for me to high stick someone. And at first, like, she's like pointing at me to go off. I was like, huh? And I was like, me? And she's like, yeah. I was like, for what?
Dude,
the chopping was
street
crazy.
hockey. I remember in the second game, Richie scored a short. He scored. What's the term? What's the term called? Delayed power play, delayed penalty goal. And we got it called back, and then we didn't even get the delayed penalty in the end because we scored in the crease or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I don't know. I think that's what they ended up calling.
And then AJ got thrown out the one game. The propaganda is wild, dude. It's literally like last year, but the refs change every year. They do change. Like, people graduate and more different people got to work.
Yeah, so hopefully, we get a good batch in this time.
I'm hoping, man, because it's like it's honestly, it's not even like they're trying to be bad. It's so clear that they don't watch these sports probably, so they just don't know the rules to the game. They're just going in cold.
Yeah.
But they don't actually know the rules to what's going on. They think they know what's going on. Dude, you can gaslight. I'm telling you, you can gaslight the refs into thinking they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen. I've
For
seen
sure.
the teams tell them what the call is supposed to be, and it's funny. It's funny, but we have a championship. We're prestigious. We're a prestigious organization here. Prestigious athletic organization here at this school.
Hungry for more.
Hungry for more. We rival full-on frats. People pay to be in those.
Yeah.
We out here.
We throw
just
$10 to be on the team.
We're getting around with using just our resources and our skills, making up some great teams. Making up quality squads. And I think this year we're going dodgeball, volleyball, and I don't know if it's going to be street hockey or softball.
I'll be in for everything.
Dude, if street hockey and softball are out, I think we have to do both.
I'd be so
I
down.
legitimately think we'd have to do both. If both of those are out at the same time in spring, we can't. Softball, we literally have never lost a game. We have to defend the title. we are the reigning champs. It was 2 years ago, but like it didn't have a season last year. We
Yeah.
are the defending champs of softball. We have to run that back.
Going for the 2-peat.
Going for the 2-peat. We thought we were gonna go 3-peat, but they didn't have a season last year.
Yeah.
We were disappointed when they heard that there was no chase. And we're gonna have to rock every last ounce of skill out there. But that's enough intramural talk for now, because I feel like I burned it up. I burned up as much as I could there. NHL though, back to actual hockey, as we can call it. Preseason, each team gets a handful of games. It's gonna run through September, the end of September, all the way to the start of October. I'm ready for the start of the season, man. 44 days away. Next week it'll be 37. Then it will be 30, and then it'll just keep trickling down the list. We're still in August. September's not even here yet, but it will be here in 2 days, 3 days.
Yeah, just want to fast forward to the beginning of the season, the real season. Preseason, especially NHL, it's crazy. There's so many guys. Now there's all teams making it up into 3 teams. It's crazy because the days have so many guys they got to see.
So now I'm gonna read a CBS article here from Austin Nivison. He said these are the biggest moves of the NHL offseason. Let's do a little recap because why not? Number 1, the DeBrincat trade.
That was huge.
Big trade, but is it the number 1 move of the offseason? I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, neither would I. I'm trying to like. I still what the Canes did is still insane. I think we still got to put them and the Orlov move, and I just still don't know how they do it. I'm still baffled. I still
he's baffled. He's run
astray.
amok.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith style. Number 2, Erik Karlsson to the Penguins.
That I got that one over the DeBrincat.
Me too. Number 3 is this has to be trades. It's not even trades. It's signings too. This is weird. Number 3 has Pierre-Luc Dubois to the Kings. I guess
big move. Yeah,
he's
big move.
not counting re-signings. That's what's got to
Okay.
be happening.
Yeah,
This is definitely biggest movers.
and that's a big move.
Because it can't be like, obviously like Austin Matthews getting re-signed has to be in that, and like Ilya Sorokin's like those have to be in there. But I guess
Yeah.
he's just rocking with players that change teams, which makes sense. Number 4, Tyler Toffoli to the Devils.
Yeah, I was mad to see that one as a Rangers fan. I was like, how they didn't need to have that happen to them. Like after the great season they decided they didn't need.
The
I think
rich
it was-
get richer, man.
Yeah, they did. It was cheap.
Number 5, your very own Dmitry Orlov to the Canes.
Yeah, him and Brett Burns on a line is going to be insane.
And number 6, which is a 1-year deal, Bertuzzi to the Maple Leafs. He was killing it in Boston, so now he's going to get a big contract maybe after this year.
Yeah, he's loading up.
It's a bridge deal, 1-year bridge deal here. $5 million to go run one with the Leafs, which is major because like
I don't know
why
how
Toronto?
old he is at this point.
He is Tyler Bertuzzi is currently. Why can I not find how old he is? All right, this is what the internet's for, guys. How old a man named Tyler Bertuzzi?
28.
Oh, there you go.
20. So he's going to play this 1 year. He still could get another like multi-year big contract. He's playing the Austin Matthews type game because Austin Matthews is going to be what did we say he was going to be when
31 when that
Yeah.
contract is up.
So he's going to be in that range. He could get himself a multi-year, probably like 7 million AAV, like maybe more, depending on where he goes. Like
Bertuzzi?
yeah, like he could get like 6, 7, 8 mil if he has another good season though. He's gonna have to, but I think he will have a good season playing with guys. I don't know where he's gonna line up on their team.
All right, gang.
I don't know if he's gonna make it on the Matthews line.
Next up on this list, we got number 7-year boy Vladimir Tarasenko to the Senators.
Pain. Yeah, we just didn't have the money to bring him back. It was impossible unless if he took a Blake Wheeler contract.
$800K.
Yeah, so he was never gonna come back.
Number 8, Matt Duchene to the Stars.
He's got to be over 30 at this point.
32.
Yeah, so he's dwindling. He's not what he once was, but still a very solid player.
So those are the top 8 moves according to Austin Nivison in this league as the moment. So, I mean, now after the offseason's over, you want to lead those to the highest paid players in the league?
All right, let's go for it.
Number 10, Carey Price.
When's the last time he's played a game?
$10.5 million.
And I don't know.
And he has not officially retired yet.
Yeah.
But he's only played 5 games since the start of the year before last year.
Wow. So he's just collecting. He's collecting, and
He's collecting the bag. He signed an 8-year contract, 8-year, $84 million extension back in 2017. So this is just the end of that. Number 9, Mitch Marner, $10.9 million.
yeah, him. Now they got Matthews.
Oh, he's up there. 8, Drew Doughty making $11 million.
He's got like maybe 3 teeth. Whenever I think of Drew Doughty, I just
Figure 3.
yeah, he's got about 3 teeth left.
That deal runs to 2027, so we'll be there till then. He's 33 last season as well, so he'll be like 30. Fucking. Oh, I gotta dump myself. He'll be like 30. What 6?
Yeah, he's getting up there.
John Tavares, $11 million.
That's if they. That's a move that could have propelled them. Maybe if they didn't do that John Tavares thing and got somebody else, they could have avoided that whole playoff first series loss thing, because he has not been worth $11 million what he's given. So was their one mistake of that core that they have. I think it's him.
Then David Pasternak, $11.25 million.
He's insane.
Eric Carlson at $11.5.
Also insane.
Number 5. Top 4 now. Artemi Panarin, $11.6.
Man, honestly, number 4 in the NHL, has he given us that? Well, 2 years ago he had like a Hart level season.
To be fair, Matthew Tkachuk makes less than 10.
Yeah, so right now, give me Tkachuk for Panarin. We'll do that straight up. Sign me up for that all day. But he's got to try to get back to that form that he once was. It was not, especially in the playoffs. Even in the playoffs the year last year was not at all the number 4 player in the NHL.
Where did Artemi Panarin go, bro? What happened?
Well, now he shaved his head. He got rid of all
That's true. Got all the bad stuff's gone.
He's trying to get he said that he's trying to get rid of all the demons that have been plaguing him. Apparently, he said like something like that.
Number 3, Connor McDavid making $12.5 million, and it seems crazy that the sport's biggest star is the 3rd highest, but this was back in 2017. This contract, that's insane to look at it. 6 years have gone by, and he's still 3rd highest paid player. So he was that good back then.
The cap has gone up every year, so teams got more money to spend, and they still have not really topped it.
And number two is so funny, because this one was Nathan McKinnon's $12.6 million, just this much more than McDavid. And then now Austin Matthews with $13.4, the first $13 million man in the NHL.
Definitely worth it, though.
And best believe we're going to hit 14 and 15 once McDavid's next one's up, because it's going to happen in a couple of years.
Draisaitl might even hit it.
We're ready, man. We got a minute and a half left here on Breaking the Ice. First episode of the year. Matt Vitali, you got any final thoughts?
Yeah, we started a great episode, and then we lost half the squad mid episode. We were able to rally.
Alex was sitting over there. AJ sitting here. You sitting here. And we lost half of them. But we made it happen. We rallied. Got past it. Got through it. And first episode done. And we're going to have a great cast this year. It's going to be a phenomenal year. We got everything going. Once the season starts and really picks up, it's going to be hitting.
For sure.
For sure. Last minute. Everyone, thank you for listening to Breaking the Ice here on the voice of Montclair State, 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. Matt, first episode of the year that deserves the Marconi Award, says Daniel Amoya. Great episode, boys. Well, listen, we hit everything. We made a dodgeball team.
We did. Live on the air. I don't know, maybe never been done before, ever.
Go, everyone, if you want to join Breaking the Court. It's out there. That's a promise. So now we got 20-something seconds left. Final thoughts, final words from Matt Vitali to the gang.
I got to do this with football season coming up, even though it's a hockey show. I got to say go Jets.
That is the
We're coming
worst
for
statement I've ever heard in my life.
Go Jets.
He said go Jets. Yo, here comes
Sorry,
8 and 9.
No.
Yeah, here comes 8 and 9.
I
Third
vote
in the
no.
AFC East, 8 and 9. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Breaking the Ice here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. I'm your host, Connor Cupen, signing off with Matt Vitali. We'll be back next week, Tuesdays 3 to 5, for the rest of the semester. Have a good one.